Okay, so everything seems like it's working, so let's just keep on going ahead. Just to recap what we were doing last time, we told Saber, fuck you, we're not risking our lives for a shitty plan. And then she said, no. And then she just ran off in the middle of the night by herself to assault Ryudo Temple, whereupon she immediately found assassin Sasaki Kojiro, and they got into a duel, and as soon as they did that, Shirou woke up from his sleep in the shed with a flashing light, and presumably he's going to go there, try to fix things before Saber makes a fatal mistake. I forgot to read this last time, even though we unlocked it, so I'm just going to do that. Monohoshizao, assassin, a long sword said to be carried by the swordsman Sasaki Kojiro. Monohoshizao, literally laundry hanging pole, is only a nickname, and its real name is unknown. According to records, it's said to be 90 centimeters long, but the Monohoshizao assassin wields in this story is 150 centimeters long, and its range is about that of a spear. It is a Nodachi, which was a great sword employed in late Edo, presumably to decapitate horses. Hardcore shit. I wake up with a burning pain in my chest. I feel like I've had an ominous dream. Can you guys hear everything all right? Just to make sure. Okay. My body is sweating even though it's winter and I'm breathing hard. Feels like my heart is hot. No, it's more like forcibly having heat driven into my heart from outside. A small doubt. Before I think what it could be, my body starts to run. Oh, this is truly one of those Boku no Hero moments. I run into the room. I open the shoji and rush into the room Saber should be sleeping in. No, it has to be. If she's not here, she must have gone to the Ryudo Temple by herself. I'm so angry it gives me a headache. Why doesn't she obey me? I didn't say I don't want to fight. I just didn't want to see her hurt like that. Nothing will happen sitting here. I have to hurry to the Ryudo Temple. I can't let Saber fight alone. No, I don't know what good I'll be even if I go there, but there should be something I'm about to do. I run. I run outside without changing, take out the bike near the entrance and start to pedal with all my might. Shirou really...
not gonna...
What?
Yeah. Keep going.
I was gonna say, Shirou really is gonna bike uphill to a fucking mountain temple.
I mean, there's no... I mean, he's not gonna even ask for Tosaka's help.
I was thinking about it.
I mean, to be fair, Tosaka said she wouldn't do it. Because she knows it's a trap. It's not like she's gonna go help him. You know.
It's just for the first time of Emilia's life, he was smarter than Saber.
Yeah. and you know, it is kind of his fault for not keeping his servant in check. So.
That's true.
Yeah, he's a woman.
I go down the hill with no brakes. About 40 minutes to the Ryudo Temple, even if I hurry. I don't know when Saber left, but I have to catch up to her, and every minute counts.
I wonder if Archer is watching the scene from distance.
Oh, he certainly is. Interlude 6-2.
Okay.
The points of the swords cross. The swords are swung many times, numerous blows. The sword and the katana repel each other, scattering sparks. A session of more than a few dozen blows does not change the positions of the two. Assassin positioned above does not retreat even a step, and Saber trying to ascend the stairs is unable to draw nearer and uselessly wastes time and spirit. He has the high ground. Saber rushes in again. Assassin swings his longsword with difficulty and defends completely against Saber's charge. No, it isn't as simple as defending. If Saber's sword is lightning, Assassin's sword is a hurricane. Even though it does not match Saber in speed or power, its elastic tracks parry Saber's every blow, and the counter increases speed and flows towards Saber's neck like a strong wind. When Saber steps in again after avoiding that attack, the sword she has avoided comes at her again in no time. In contrast to the straight paths Saber's swords take, Assassin's sword takes a curved path. Assassin's blade is graceful, but since it moves in an arc, it does not take the shortest route. So he shouldn't be able to make it in time against Saber's sword moving in a straight line. But there is something about Assassin that reduces that difference to 0. He has quick maneuvering skills. The charge stops. Her sword won't make it in time against his sword's counterattack. She steps back, knowing the only way she can avoid is to retreat. Assassin's swordplay is fascinatingly beautiful, but at the same time it is so fast that it is hard to follow. Is that contradiction because of Assassin's skill or the unfavorable position of attacking someone on higher ground? Without a definite answer, she avoids the sword pushing her and parries the point trying to pierce her neck. When she notices she has retreated a few more steps. It's such a long sword. It should be easy to go inside him once she has parried it away once, but she somehow cannot manage to do so. The enemy's excellent skill and the definitely disadvantageous ground. Saber bites her lips, thinking she would not have this much trouble with that longsword on flat ground. Assassin does not move. For him, this is only a battle of defense. He has no need to chase the retreating Saber without reason, nor forsake his advantage of higher ground. As he has no need to keep attacking, Assassin observes Saber calmly. His sword wavers, losing strength. She cannot charge as if that is an opening. There are no stances for that man. He can only use that longest sword if he can swing it from any position.
I mean, it's not show.
Ha 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 ha.
Because you're improving. Okay.
Very funny guy.
The sword and the katana crash. The long sword stops in empty space. Assassin smiles and looks at his sword, blocking the invisible sword, parries it, and Saber defends herself from the blow to her neck. Man, Assassin is just trying to headshot really hard.
That's true. Saber almost died a few times.
Even Saber knows that it is because of her invisible sword that she is able to block Assassin's unfamiliar techniques. The invisible sword confuses the opponent's senses in both offense and defense. That is why Assassin does not follow through too much. As he does not know how long Saber's sword is, it is too dangerous for Assassin to close in on Saber. If Assassin ever goes in to attack Saber, that'll be when Saber tries to smash Assassin's head. That blow is perfectly dodged by Assassin, who merely retreats a bit. What was his agility? A+?
Yeah, it is.
Shit's crazy, man.
Poor Saber lost all her agility because of her master.
Indeed. She lost everything because of her master. So sad. He talks calmly, but it does not even need to be shown how good this judgment is. Saber's blows are too fast to perceive, even if the sword can be seen. But not only does he defend against the invisible sword, he has figured out its shape. It's a funny thing that Nasu says this is the average Western sword, because those measurements are not very average for the Western sword. Depending on time period, especially for the time period that Assassin would have lived in.
ほう、驚いたか。だがこんなものは大道芸であろうよ。邪剣使いゆえこのような技ばかり上手くなる。
なるほど。私の一撃をまともに受けず、ただ払うだけがあなたの戦いだった。邪
Savage.
剣使いとはその逃げ腰から来た俗称ですか。
いやいや、まともに打ち合わぬ無礼は許せ。何しろこの長刀だ。打ち合えば折れるは必定。お主としては力勝負こそが基本なのだろうが、こちらはそうはいかぬ。そのもとより刀というものはそういうものだ。西洋の剣はその重さと力で物を叩き切る。だが我らの刀は速さと技で物を戦いが噛み合わぬのは道理であろう。まあしかしこれではいささか興がそがれる。もう良い頃合いだぞセイバー。いい加減手の内を隠すのはやめにしろ。
アサシ、私があなたに手加減しているとでも。
していないとでも言うのか。何のつもりかは知らんが、剣を鞘に収めたまま戦とは舐められたものだ。ほう、それでも応じないという顔だな。
She can't reveal it,
よ
man.
かろう。ならばここまでだ。お前が出し惜しみをするのならさ。
Saying so, the swordsman with the long sword comes down next to Saber.
But-
To relinquish his advantage of being overhead is the same as losing for Assassin. Assassin is certainly a skilled swordsman, but that is only with the conditions of these geographical features.
Even if she can't give you it, she will die if she not do anything like it. I don't know, maybe a new attack, something like it.
If they are to fight on the same level, it is possible for Saber to repel Assassin's attack and slash his neck. But Assassin would know this as well. So why?
構えよ。
Why indeed?
出なければ死ぬぞセイバー。
Saber's instinct reacts to that voice. He's telling the truth. It is not advantageous at all for Saber that Assassin has come down. The instincts have got her through numerous battles, warn her of her misunderstanding. She readies her sword at once. There is no time to hesitate. She only has to attack with her sword before Assassin swings his longsword. There's about 3 meters of distance between them. With Saber trying to charge in, Assassin stands ready. That is a stance that the swordsman has not yet shown in this battle.
引け。
Saber charges in. The longsword is useless now. As long as she's inside its range, its length will backfire. But
狭め返し。
such logic does not exist with the swordsman. The lightning strikes, an evil strike that attacks with the speed overwhelming Saber. But it is not as if Saber cannot block such an attack. She moves her attacking sword into defense and she repels Assassin's full power attack. Even Saber will have an opening if that attack is repelled. In the small instant where she tries to slice Assassin's stomach. In that instant, Saber trusts her instincts and rolls down the stone steps. She rolls down as if fleeing. She doesn't even soften her landing. Saber spins her body frantically and rolls down the stairs without killing her speed. Saber stops rolling and stands back up. She stares at the swordsman standing calmly.
ほう、かわしたか我が秘剣。さすがはセイバー。ツバメなどとは格が違う。
信じられない。今のはまさか。
何、そう大した芸ではない。たまさかツバメを切ろうと思いつき、身についただけのものだから。
He raises his long sword a little, as if to trace the movement of the technique that inspired fear in Saber.
見えるかセイバー。ツバメはな、風を受けて刀を避ける。 早かろうが遅かろうが関係はない。故にどのような一撃であれツバメを断つことはできなかった。所詮刀など一本線に過ぎぬ。縦横に空を行くツバメを捉えられぬは道理よな。ならば逃げ道を囲めばいいだけのこと。一の太刀でツバメを襲い、風を読んで避けるツバメの逃げ道を。しかし連中は素早くてな。この長刀ではまず二の太刀が間に合わん。ことを成したければ一息のうちほぼ同時に行わなければならなかったが、そのような真似は人の技ではない。叶うことなどあるまいと承知したものだが、あいにくと他にやることもなかったのでな。一年寄進に通じるというが、気がつけばこの通りツバメを断つというくだらぬ思いつきは複数の太刀筋で牢獄を作り上げる秘剣となった。
In her mind, Saber disagrees with Assassin's words. It's wrong. That technique is not as simple as that. About the same time? No. The two blows came at exactly the same time. Assassin's Sasaki Kojiro's longsword doubled its existence for just that instant.
奇襲はゼルレッジ。何の魔術も使わず、た
Ah.
だ剣技だけで宝具の域に達したサーバント。
Would you look at that? Assassin's noble phantasm is of the same ilk as the second magic. Yikes.
How does Saber know about the second magic?
I mean, she lives in the Grail. The Grail
Oh,
is
yeah.
a magic making machine, so. That fact is what should be admired. That one blow made it clear. Sasaki Kojiro does not have a noble phantasm like heroic spirits have. He has only his demonic technique made possible by his godlike skill. It is impossible, but this mere human is equal to heroic spirits armed with noble phantasms.
だが足場が悪かったな。ツバメ返しの軌跡は本来3つ。もうわずかに広ければ横の一撃も加えられたのだが。
3 simultaneous slashes.
そうでしょうね。そうでなければ不完全です。すべてが同時であるなら、ニノたちはどうしても遅くなる。それを補うために、横方向への離脱を阻む3の太刀があるはずだ。
いい飲み込みの速さだ。だからこそ我が秘剣をかわしたか。素晴らしいぞセイバー。このような属性に呼び出された我が身を呪ったが、それも今宵まで生前では叶わなかった立ち会い。我が秘剣を存分に振る舞える殺し合いができるのならば。
Assassin readies his sword once again and comes down the stairs. He must be after Saber's neck. Saber is not confident that she'll be able to avoid that secret technique again. Like Lancer's Gaebulga, Assassin's Tsubamegaeshi is something that cannot be allowed to begin. No, unlike Gaebulga, that only allows you to find a countermeasure once you find out it will go for the heart, there are no possible counters for Assassin's secret technique, even when you know about it. If there is a countermeasure, it is only not to let him use it. To beat it, she must attack him with her strongest blow before Assassin uses that technique at all.
なるほど。確かに手加減など許される相手ではなかったようだ。
She lowers her arms. She lowers her sword as if to stick it into the ground. She glares at Assassin who is approaching her.
おお、そうか。ようやくその気になったか、セイバー。
Assassin stops descending the steps and readies himself for a certain kill. Saber looks at him bravely.
不満がないのはこちらも同じだ。我が一撃受け切れるか。アサシンのサーバント。
Oh shit. Saber releases her own restraints. The air shakes. As if acting in response to her will, the sword erupts with a massive amount of wind. Assassin retreats a bit. The wind pressure released from Saber is extraordinary. Not only Assassin, but even the large firm trees of the forest are shaking and creaking. It is a flow of wind like an explosion. The trapped air is released and explodes outward. This raging wind that would easily blow away a normal person is coming out from Saber's sword. That is the power of her sword. Invisible air is a sword that has wind sealed in it. The sword that covers itself in compressed wind changes the refraction of light to make it look invisible. So this phenomenon occurs once the wind is released. The released wind seeks escape and emits itself chaotically into the surroundings. In that instant, it is the commanding magic of the sword that allows her to freely manipulate the raging wind. With Saber possessing incredible amounts of magical energy, she should be able to hold to this boundary field for a few minutes. As proof, her sword is still invisible, even though she has already released this much wind. The power of the raging wind does not abate. The wind emitting from Saber's sword is about to engulf Assassin. Assassin closes in against the blinding, raging wind. Saber's arms move. To attack Assassin, who is calmly advancing in the strong wind that allows no approach, the sword clad in wind roars and...
Sure appears.
Interlude out. Shirou is still riding his bike up the hill.
Maybe not.
What greets me at the Ryudo temple is a typhoon-like sound of wind. We'll look at the status screen later. We even got lightning, man. At the top of the steps in the front of the temple gates is an armored figure like Saber confronting a figure in kimono. The wind surrounds Saber and the trees are creaking as if to be pushed by her. I cannot even open my eyes because of the strong wind. I manage to get to the steps looking down, but the wind gets stronger. I can't get near Saber. I can see her fighting someone way up there, but I can't do anything. Now, first of all, even if I do make it up there in all this wind, I'll only be a burden to her. My left hand aches again. The command spell on my hand is throbbing. I don't know what it means, but I can't help it because that image flashes in my head every time it throbs. I reach out to the steps with my eyes closed. I lie down, trying not to be blown by the wind, and start to move upwards. The wind just gets stronger. Something must be happening above, as even I, an amateur magus, can feel an enormous amount of magical energy is about to be released. My command spell throbs. It is as if it is warning me about the wind and about something that is going to happen above me. Saber's magical energy? But then... No, should she even be doing this at all? Saber cannot replenish her magical energy, so she shouldn't be using it readily. She has to leave me in charge of fighting and stay as my backup, or her magical energy will run out and... I get up and run up the stairs. This is no time to be crawling. I don't even know what Saber is planning to do, but I have to stop her. It must be luck that I avoided it. Something like a dagger flies across right in front of me as I try to run up the temple gate. I look toward the trees and the mountain off to the side of the stairs. There's no mistake about it. I didn't notice because of the strong wind before, but someone else is hiding near me. Damn, big ball Shirou. I raise my voice. That voice that should have been drowned out by the wind echoes through the area, surprising even me. I look up at the temple gate. There is a man in a kimono holding a longsword and Saber's back. The man in the kimono says with a faint smile. He is staring into the forest like I am. What a mystery. Who was that? The man says so with disinterest and starts to go up the stairs.
Could be Archer.
Could be.
I don't know who was that.
Could be someone else.
Could be Ryder.
お前がこの三門を越えるというのであらば決着はつけよう。何者であれ この門をくぐることは私が許さん。だがあいにくと私の役目はそれだけでな。帰るというのであらば止める気はない。まあそこに隠れているたわけは別だが、気に入らぬ相手であれば死んでも倒産し、生きても返さん。
The man called Assassin goes up the stairs.
踊らされたな、セイバー。だがもう一人の気配に気がつかなかった私も同じだ。あのままでおけば危険のすべてを味わえたであろうが。
Saber is hanging her head in regret. The killing intent fades away, not because of Assassin's words, but Saber herself must know it is disadvantageous to fight right now.
そら、迎えも来ている。そこにいる小僧はお前のマスターであろう。盗み見をするたわけが、その小僧に標的を変える前に立ち去るがいい。
And Assassin disappears. He must have become a spirit, and it must be his demonstration that he will not attack us unless we advance. Saber does not say anything. She just has her back to me as she quietly stands there.
Oi, Saber!
There's no answer even when I call out to her. I think it's strange, so I start to go up the stairs. The armor Saber had on suddenly disappears. The girl in her defenseless blue clothes sways without turning around. I stop Saber with my arms as she falls back down the stairs. Saber does not move at all. She is unconscious with her eyes closed in pain.
Fuck, he carried her all the way.
Again.
That's true.
I'm finally home. Again. People just get carried over to Shirou's house every day, man.
That's true.
Good thing Taiga from that dagger.
That's true.
Maybe it was Tiger. That's true. Maybe it was.
It was Tiger.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm finally home. It has taken 2 hours to carry Saber back from Ryudo Temple. There were lots of problems, but we managed to get home safely. I lay Saber down in the hallway. She was really light. She only weighed about 40 kilograms, so I wouldn't normally have been this tired. But that's only if the weight isn't moving. I didn't know that it was such a hard task to carry a sleeping human, a girl too. The fatigue is great not physically, but mentally. It's because my attention was disrupted by things like her body's softness and by having her breathing softly right by me.
Did she have... No.
I look at the sleeping Saber. She must not be completely unconscious. She looks like she'll open her eyes if I call out her name, even though she's sleeping like a corpse. Damn. There were so many things I wanted to say when I left the house, but I can't say anything when she makes a sleeping face like that. I murmur. In the instant, I reach out to Saber to carry Saber again.
まあいいけど、シローがどんな趣味してて何をしてるかなんて私には関係ないから。
Oh fuck. We're gonna be judged. For some reason, Tosaka-rin is in the hallway even though it's past 2 in the morning.
何よ、お化けでも見たような顔しちゃって。別に文句はないから続けていいわよ。
いや違う、これは違う、すごく違う。その話せば長くなるんだが、つまりセイバーを部屋に連れて行こうとしただけなんだが、俺の言ってることを分かってくれるか？
ええ、まあそれなりに。
嘘つけ、全然分かってない口ぶりだぞ今の。
だから分かってるってば。セーバーが一人で戦いに行ってシローはそれを止めてきたんでしょ。で何らかのトラブルがあってセーバーが気絶して戻ってきた。どう？
Look, she isn't dumb. Differently from Shirou.
すごい、全問正解だ。
わかるわよ。セーバーが単独で戦いを仕掛ける可能性は高かったし、サーバントが戦いを始めればマスターにだって伝わるわ。
そうか、それはいいけど。
So Tosaka predicted that Saber would go out to fight by herself.
で、どうするの？
セイバーを部屋に連れて行くんじゃないの？ここに寝かしてたらいくらサーバントでも風邪ひくと思うけど。
いや、だから部屋に連れて行こうと思って今。
I was going to carry her, but it's hard to do so when she's watching.
父さんか、悪いけどセイバーを運んでくれないか。
God damn it, man.
私が？もういいけど。じゃあお茶でも入れてくれる？
Yeah, woman, you carry her to her room. Tosaka picks up Saber.
He has been carrying her for 2 hours now, so...
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm uneasy about her being so understanding, but as long as I've asked her to do so, I have to go prepare some tea. Let us take the opportunity to look at the status screen that has just been updated. Assassin. I believe our new... there you go. We have gained knowledge of his personal skills, particularly Tsubame Gaeshi, anti-personnel demonic sword, maximum target 1 person, an ultimate ability that slices the opponent with 3 arcs at the same time. It is said to be a multi-dimensional refracting phenomenon. It is an unavoidable attack, though in a different sense than that of Gae Bolga. Also note that he has Transparency B+, Clear and Serene, a barrier that nullifies mental intervention. Since he is not an assassin, he cannot use the assassin ability, Presence Concealment, but he can conceal his presence as a master of martial arts. And knowledge of Foremost Harmony, the special ability that prevents reduction of the effectiveness of an attack no matter how many times it is used against the same opponent. Attacks will not be perceived by the enemy. This all comes around to the fact that Assassin apparently doesn't have a Noble Phantasm. And what would serve as
he has a Noble Phantasm.
No, he apparently doesn't, because what would count as his Noble Phantasm, as we just talked about in the interlude, is actually just a personal skill. It's just something that he knows how to do.
I know, but
he cannot use magic.
Phantasm. Saber said that it was he made a Noble Phantasm with his own skill.
Well, it's like she said, it's like a Noble Phantasm.
Okay, sorry.
But she keeps stressing that he isn't. It isn't like he's a heroic spirit. It's almost like he's something else. And that's
he cannot
why
even use magic.
That's why it's so weird that his Noble Phantasm stat is just broken. It just doesn't exist, and he has almost no magical energy. He doesn't seem to fit the description of an assassin. It's all very weird. Maybe that's going to play into the plot later. It does match with the fact that he was completely fabricated, as has been said in his status screen. He was a fictional character completely. So, Tosaka takes Saber to my room.
He's the long saber.
Long saber, yes. I am preparing tea in my kitchen. Well, it can't be helped if we don't have it. I decide she can complain if she wants, and I make tea with a tea bag.
Shirou, ちょっといい?
Oh, Tosaka's back.
ちょっと待ってくれ。すぐに行く。
I put out the 2 teacups on a tray and head to the living room. There, next to Tosaka, is Saber, changed into her normal clothes.
Saber! どうして？眠ってたんじゃなかったのか？
眠ってたわよ。けど、そういつまでも続く眠りじゃないし、ついさっき目が覚めたの。どうも一気に膨大な魔力を使おうとして、体の方から一方的に機能を停止させられたみたいね。ほら、電気のブレーカーと同じよ。そのままじゃショートするから、強制的に電源を切るってやつ。
Saber is quiet as Tosaka explains. Seeing her usual attitude, my complaints return.
Saber, お前な、自分が何をしたのか分かってるのか？
わからないわけはないでしょう。私は竜道寺に赴き、アサシンのサーバントと戦いました。その折、私たちの戦いを監視していた第3のサーバントに気がつき。
違う。そんなことを言ってるんじゃない。俺が言いたいのは、どうして戦ったのかってことだ。
またそれですか。
Yeah, but it was a stupid fucking tactical decision.
シロこそ マスターであるあなたがなぜ私に戦うなというのです。
I unconsciously hesitate to reply. Well, battles are inevitable as long as I've decided to fight as a master. I know I'm contradicting myself by telling Saber not to fight, but still. I can't let something like that happen again.
私の方こそ聞きたい。シロは戦いを嫌っているようですが、そんなことで聖杯戦争に生き残る気がある。
What other excuse do you need other than the strategy sucked? We knew that was gonna happen, right?
What strategy?
What strategy?
Of just rushing B and hoping for the best?
The
That's something you
Shirou
expect from
strategy.
Exactly.
Of course not. I will repel dangers that come at me, and I don't intend to get killed helplessly. But aside from that, I don't want Saber fighting.
違う。戦うのを嫌ってるんじゃない。俺は
It must be much simpler than that. In short, I...
その女の子が傷つくのはダメだ。そんなの男として見過ごせない。
Oh, what a
It
shit.
didn't play well,
するぐらいなら
You
俺たち
didn't
で戦う。
Shirou is back.
Shiro's back,
Look.
guys.
私が女だから
I can't allow women to get hurt. I need to protect women.
正気ですかあなたは。サーバントはマスターを守るものです。私たちが傷つくのは当然であり、私たちはそのために呼び出されたものに過ぎない。サーバントに性別など関係ないし、そもそも無人である私を女扱いするつもりですか。今の言葉は訂正してください。シロー。
We managed to piss off Saber so much tonight. It's impressive. Saber comes at me with a glare, but I won't be pushed back by her pressure. What is she saying? That she's a knight before she's a woman? Saying such unreasonable things with that small body of hers that even I can carry.
誰が訂正なんてするか。そりゃセイバーは強いかもしれないけど、それでも女の子だろ。
つ
You're
まらないこと
strong,
にこだわっているのはあ
mature
なたではな
girl.
いですか。まさか女性に守護されるのが嫌だとでも言うつもりですか。この身はすでに英霊。そのようなさまつごとなど忘れなさい。
さまつなもんか。もうとにかくセイバーが良くても俺は嫌だ。だいたい自分の代わりに戦ってもらうなんて間違いだったんだ。俺はそんな。
In that moment, he knew he fucked up. I can't allow someone to get hurt. In place of saving me, I should be the one doing the saving. That's the problem.
That's the
Above
problem.
and beyond Saber being a woman, whatever, he's trying to justify it for himself. Out of this
He wants
superhero
to battle
fantasy.
with Berserker alone.
Yeah, he wants to be the superhero that saves the girl from danger, right? That's
Of
it's
course.
just him being a fucking dumbass kid. I've been working hard to become a person who can help others like my father, so...
いいな。とにかくセイバーは戦うな。
But he doesn't want to say that because he knows it sounds stupid.
戦いは俺がする。それなら文句はないだろう。セイバーの望み通り戦うって
I'm
言ってる
between
ん
the
だ。
fight, okay.
無茶を言う人ですねあなたは。人間がサーバントと戦えると思っているのですか。シローでは戦いにすらならないと実感しているでしょう。ランサーに襲われた時を思い出してください。あの時私が現れなければ間違いなくシローは殺されていた。それはどのようなサーバントが相手でも同じです。
そんなのやってみなくちゃわからない。あの時は何の準備もなかっただけだ。けど今なら対策なんていくらでも立てられるんだから。
少子な。シローの立てた守りなど紙も同然です。
Curiously, that shield that he had was made out of paper.
今すごいこと言ったなセイバー。
あなたこそサーバントを侮っている。人の身で英霊を打倒しようなどと何を思い上がっているのですか。
Saber and I glare at each other. It's no use. It looks like this conversation is going nowhere with no compromise in sight.
違うわセイバー。シローはサーバントを侮っているわけじゃない。そのあたりを誤解しちゃうと話が進まないから口を挟ませてもらうけど。
Tosaka is actually defending Shirou.
リン、それはどういうことですか。
It's
What
because
a-
she understood Shirou wrong, maybe. I don't know. She don't know.
そいつ 純粋にあなたが傷を負うのを
There
嫌
you
がってるん
go.
だ
She
よ
figured
That's true.
it out.
That's true.
ど
That's true.
ね自分のことよりセーバーの方が大切なんでしょあんたは。
そんなことないぞ。俺は別にセイバーが大切
It's not like I like you or anything, baka.
嘘そうでもなければ自分で戦うなんて言えないわ。だってあなた自分じゃサーバントに勝てないって分かってるんでしょ。それでも戦うっていうのは自分よりセーバーのが大事ってことじゃない。
What? Well, it's like that if she says so, but
だから無茶でも戦う。勝てないって分かっていながら勝とうとする。その結果が自分の死でも構わない。
man, she should become a psychologist. She figured him out immediately.
なぜならあんたの中ではどうしてか知らないけど自分より他人の方が大切だからよ。
No. Didn't mean that at all.
そういうことよ。わかるでしょセイバー。あのバーサーカー相手にあなたをかばうようなバカなのよそいつ。
I don't know how much of Tosaka's explanation Saber understood, but Saber takes a deep breath and looks at me.
シロ、
なんだよセイバー。
あなたが戦うことは認めます。ですが、それならば私にも考えがある。
だから
剣の鍛錬です。シロの時間が許す限り、私はあな
Oh,
たに
it's
剣を
time.
教える。
Does that mean she'll train me in swordsmanship? Because she allows me to fight from now on?
待った。それは心の贅肉よセイバー。シローに剣を教える。やめてよ。そんな気休めでサーバントに太刀打ちできるわけないじゃない。
それは当然です。ですが知らないよりはマシでしょう。少なくとも戦闘時の迷いは薄れます。あとはシロー本人の決意にかけるだけですが、実践とは得てしてそういうものではないですか。
I think that's a good thing because Shirou will now
言われて
he
みれば
will he can protect himself now from another monster or something like it.
Yeah, it's true. It has niche applications, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah,
no,
that's
man. She just wants to beat Shirou up.
That's true. That's totally true.
殴
Yeah.
り合う覚悟ってのは一度殴り合ってみないと一生つかないものね。
はい。ですから一度、いえ、一度と言わず時間の許す限り、シローには戦闘の
There you
結
go.
果と
She
して
just
の
wants
死
to
を
beat
体
the
験
fuck
させ、
out of him.
ただ、
The two talk dangerously.
But Shirou already know this experience.
ちょっと
Yeah,
待
fair
って。
point.
俺はいいなんて一言も。
じゃあ私は魔術講座にしとく。セイバーが体を鍛えるんなら私は知識を育てるわね。まあ初めからそういう約束だったし。
Yes.
お願いします。リンがそうしてくれるなら、私も剣のみに集中できる。
いいっていいって。じゃあ話も決まったことだし解散しましょう。明日はいろいろと忙しそうだから。
Tosaka waves goodbye and disappears into the outbuilding.
私も休みます。シローも休憩を取ってください。明日は道場で汗を流してもらいますから。
She gives a small bow and goes back to her room. In the living room are the untouched teas and myself, standing there dumbfounded.
いや、だから俺は一言もさ。
The words I murmur are ignored. Well, the already confusing situation looks like it will get even stranger. I can't even guess what's going to happen tomorrow.
とにかく体力だけは温存しなくちゃ。
Everything starts from my body. Well, you could say that I can only rely on the hope that if my body is well prepared, it can overcome any hardship. February 6th. Fate 7. Sword and Magic 1.
できれば誰も悲しまない方がいい。自分程度の力
Hello,
添えで
Kiritsugu.
周りが幸せなら、それはこの上なく住みやすい世界だと思うんだ。
That was Kiritsugu's favorite phrase. The man who was a superhero to me was saying that he thought he was a failure. Didn't even need to explain it to me. The world of the young me was so different from the world of the adult Kiritsugu that the passing grade to be a superhero was different. For me as a child, the house was only my world. The house was my only world. So it was enough for me if I could keep protecting my father, Fujina, and myself, and the shed that I loved. I only tried to protect the ones I could see. But maybe Kiritsugu wanted to do something about even the ones he couldn't see.
若い頃は向こうに捨てね、世の非常を呪うことで自らを育んでいた。世界が非常ならば、それ以上に非常になることを武器にして自分の理想をする。
There will always be someone that cannot be saved. It is impossible to save everyone. If I have to lose 500 to earn 1,000, I will abandon 100 and save the lives of the 900. That is the most efficient method. That is the ideal. Kiritsugu once said that. Of course, I got mad. I really got mad, because I knew that without being told. Because I myself was saved like that. I don't even need to be told something as obvious as that, but still I believed that someone would be a superhero if they saved everyone, even though they think like that. It may be an idealistic thought or an impossible pipe dream, but a superhero is someone who tries to save everyone in spite of that.
そうだね、シロ。結果は一番大事だ。けどそれとは別に、そうであろうとする心が。
Oh yeah, Kiritsugu said something about the heart. I can't remember it too well. After all, it's rare for me to remember something from such a long time ago. I must be in a deep sleep. That must be true, as it's rare for me to dream at all.
シロ、起きてください。そろそろ朝食ではないですか。
See? As proof, I am in the shameful situation of Saber having to wake me up.
何？
I raise myself from the futon. It's 6:30. Bright sunlight shines in from outside.
シロ、朝です。朝食の支度はいいのですか。
In front of me is Saber's discontented face.
すぐした。すぐに起きる。
私に謝る必要はないと思いますが、ゆっくりしている余裕がないのは事実です。先ほどさくらとリンが揉めていたようですから。
That's bad.
さくらと遠坂が揉めていた？
What's that about? Hold on, don't get me cornered into an incomprehensible situation right when I get up.
それって遠坂の部屋でか？
いえ、今です。私も通りかかっただけですから、詳しくは知りませんが。
わかった。とにかく急ぐ。
Best hero moment.
I have something I need to do before that.
何でしょうか、シロ。
おはよう、セイバー。起こしてくれて助かった。
He did the thing from back in the prologue. I greet her.
We'll do
then
the same.
I greet her, then I really make my way to the hallway. But arguing with Sakura, what's Tosaka doing?
遠坂！
Jesus Christ. There's no sign of Sakura in the living room, and Tosaka is watching the weather forecast by herself.
おはよう。朝っぱらから人の名前を叫ぶなんて穏やかじゃないわね。
She turns around as if asking me what's going on. That's weird. It doesn't seem like she's been arguing with Sakura.
おはよう。って遠坂。なんでもさくらと揉めたって聞いたんだが。
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on outside? Sorry for the noises, people.
そっか。セイバーか
I
ら
think
聞
they're
いたの
racing
か。
in front of my house again.
ええ。客観的に見ればそういうことになるけど、別に大したことじゃないわよ。単に
Tosaka kicked
しば
out.
らくここには来るなって言いつけただけだから。
Tosaka kicked Sakura out of the house, man. She's substituting her. She said that so easily. Don't tell me she made Sakura stop coming here.
だからその話、さくらは前にも断ってるじゃないか。それを繰り返したところで、さくらが承諾するはずが。
There's no place for her in this house
交換条件を出したら
anymore.
帰ってくれたわよ。
Only eating
I
out.
don't want
さくらが
to
1週間
watch
こ
this
こに来なけれ
anymore.
ば
Sorry.
私はおとなしく家に戻るって言ったの。それで交渉成立。
But
しぶしぶだけど帰っていったわ。あ、そうそう。シローによろしくだって。
She can only eat out now. No more eating in Emiya's house.
fuck. That's the worst possible situation.
よろしくってお前
She did something so selfish without telling me. No, I'm wrong. Tosaka was just doing something I should have already done.
そうだった。悪い。朝から面倒を押し付けちまった。
He kicked Sakura out of the house.
Yeah. Because she's gonna get in trouble. Like, imagine Lancer comes in for the second round of beating Shiro's ass, and Sakura's in the way. She's gonna get killed fast as fuck.
Oh, you think so?
いや、別に
Absolutely. I mean, she's just a normal person, man.
なんだってそんなこと言うわけ？
Yeah, she's a normal
But she's
person.
the best girl.
いや、父さんがさくらと仲が良かっただろう。なのに面と向かって出ていけなんて2回も言うのは嫌だったはずだ。
Oh, Shiro, you don't know. Rina's able to do absolutely anything she wants.
だから悪かったって。
And she does not
し
care
っかり
about
しな
other
くちゃいけ
people.
ないのに、また父さんに負担をかけた。
いいけどそんなの。私だって自分の安全第一でさくらを追い出したんだし、シローにそう謝られる筋合いなんてないわ。
自分の安全第一って。
だってシンジがマスターだったんでしょ。あいつのことだからシロんとこにさくらがいるって分かったら目の敵にするに決まってるもの。だからシンジとの決着がつくまではさくらはここにいさせない方がいいのよ。
Bruh, imagine if Shinji attacked Shiro in his own house. That would be fucking hilarious. I see. She's right now that she mentions it. I don't think Shinji was lying when he said he wouldn't tell Sakura anything. But having his sister here might give him the wrong idea.
だよな。シンジから見ればさくらを人質に取ったように見えるもんな。
そういうこと。もっともそんなことは別にして、ここが危険なことに変わりはないでしょ。
I mean, if you...
Okay,
if you
she has a good point. She
Yeah.
has a good point.
あんまり頻繁に
I
夜
still
出
want
歩か
to
せるのも
Sakura.
なんだし、しばらくは遠慮してもらった方がいいのよ。それがさくらのためだし、私たちのためでもある。
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Except now, she's gonna have to live with Shinji.
Yeah, you have a good point. You have a good point.
さくらには悪
They
いけ
should
ど
have kept Sakura nearby if they ever need, you know, a mana supply if a servant ever needs energy.
That sounds weird. You know what they should have done? They should have sent Sakura to live with Fujine. That shit would have been interesting. But I won't be able to tell her why, even when that time comes. It's really getting to me. It's depressing that I've rejected Sakura, who comes to help me at all the time like this.
あら、ずいぶんと元気がないこと。さっき人を怒鳴りつけてくれた異性はどこに行ったのかしらね。エミヤ君はそんなにさくらがいないと寂しい
I
の。
understand you, Nia. I understand you.
Tosaka makes an evil face. Shit. I knew she would make fun of me if I showed weakness, but now I've done it.
ほっといてくれ。さくらはうちの平和のシンボルだったんだよ。藤姉と俺だけじゃ足りないところを補ってくれてたんだ。それをこっちの都合で追い返したんだから。
なんだ、よくわかってるじゃない。それだけ言えれば合格よ。少しは勝ち切ってのが出てきたみたいね。
I mean, after yesterday, if he didn't, I would be seriously concerned.
何が言いたいんだよ、遠坂は。
わからない？つまりね、戦いが終わればさくらは戻ってくるでしょ。シロンは聖
Of
杯なんて
course,
いらないって
there's
言うけど、
Sakura's family,
それな
and
ら
nothing is
今まで
stronger
やって
than
くれた
family.
平穏のために戦え
Ah,
ばいい。
yes.
ほら、
It's about
目的
family.
がはっきりしていいじゃない？
Tosaka says so with a big smile. She puts it like that, I can only agree. And geez, how should I say this? Once again, I realize that this person is both infinitely ill-natured and really great.
That's what makes Rin great.
Yeah,
じゃあしば
she's
ら
a
くさくらちゃんは来
gold-hearted
ないの？
asshole with an extra amount of ass.
まあそういうことだから藤姉もたまには家で親孝行したらどうだ。じいさん、娘に構ってもらえないって嘆いてたぞ。
I too would run away from my dad if he was a Yakuza boss. It doesn't seem like a good thing to stick around that.
お父さんなんかほっといてもいいの。私がいなくたって死にゃしないんだから。それにね、さくらちゃんがいないんなら 余計私がしっかりしなくちゃダメじゃない。シロだって男の子だもん。万が一があったら懲戒免職よ。そうなったら責任取ってくれる？シロ。
なことな。
Unfortunately, man's nature does not allow me to declare that it won't happen.
エミヤ君、何かしらね、今の止めは。
You have betrayed yourself, Emiya. She glares. Tosaka's stare is painful.
ない。
I don't think she liked the implications of that.
これはただの下宿じゃないんだ。俺だって分かってる。
そう。よかった。やっぱりエミヤ君は信用できますね、先生。当然です。シローは私でもちょっと趣味に走りすぎたかっていうぐらい落ち着いてるんだから。
Saber silently watches them eating. This is only the second day, but I don't think I'll ever get used to this atmosphere.
あ、そうそうシロー。弓道部のことなんだけどね。三辻さんが怪我したっていう話知ってる？
No, not Mitsuzuri.
三辻が？なんだ、また他の部のやつと喧嘩でもしたのか、あいつ。で、怪我の方はどうなんだよ。割と深いのか？
うん、それは大丈夫。軽い捻挫だって。学校の帰り道に怪しいやつに襲われたそうよ。
Oh no.
あの子って俊足でしょ。スパーッと勢いよく逃げたんだけど、最後に転んで怪我したみたい。
That seems like a bad coincidence.
そうか。大事がなくてよかった。けど、よりによってあいつにね。どちらにせよ、間抜けな犯人だったな。俺はてっきり逃げたんじゃなくてノックアウトしたって思ったんでしょう。
Kushina smiles. Indeed, she knows Mitsuzuri Ayako well.
あいつが逃げるなんてめったにないから。
You know, the implications of this aren't good, Shirou.
そうか。三辻のやつも賊には弱かったのか。ま、いいんじゃないか。それぐらいのイベントが起きないと、あいつに女らしさを教える。
Proving
I hate Shirou so much.
Yup. I eat the well-cooked rice.
ねえねえ、エミヤ君。
Then, Tosaka-rin pats my shoulder with a smile.
私からもちょっと耳寄りな話してあ
Oh
げる。
fuck, he's gonna die.
なんだよ。
He
今の
deserves
話
it.
以上に耳寄りな話は難しいぞ。
うん。今まで黙ってたけどね。私と綾子って仲良しなの。
Oh shit.
休みの日は二人で遊びに行くぐらいの仲って知って。
Wait a second. Why are she and Ayako good friends?
はい。
今の話、一語一句間違えずに伝えてあげるから安心して。エミヤ君も喜んでたって言ったら、綾子ったらそりゃあもう瓦10枚はぶち抜くぐらいに喜ぶんじゃないかな。
Well, Yashiro's days are over, guys. Even if he survives the Holy Grail War, Ayako's gonna kill him.
訂正したい。今のは言葉のあやだ。
Devils will be
あまり
after
人
him.
様に話すような発言じゃないんで、黙っていてくれるととても助かる。
そうなの？なら黙っていてもいいけど、それなりの条件がないときついかな。
Oh my
ほら
god.
ついポロッと口に出ることってあるじゃない？
お前な、謙虚なセリフを言ってんのににんまり笑ってるってのは良くないぞ。
あら、ごめんなさい。別に楽しいわけじゃないから誤解しないでね。
Oh no, I understand. You really are having
分
fun.
かった。これから朝食は洋風にする。さっきお前が言ってた朝飯作るならパンにしろという提案も受け入れていい気になったり。
If you learn anything from Fate/stay Night, kids, is that the way you win over women is by appealing to their sense of hunger.
上的ね。
Always make the
マー
good
マレードだ
food.
けじゃなくて、いちごのジャムも忘れないでくれると嬉しいわ。
たく、日本の朝を何だと思ってやがる。この外国かぶれ。お前一人の趣味で朝飯を買いやがって。
いいえ、それは違います。朝食がパンになるのは私も嬉しい。加えて半熟の卵を用意していただければ文句はないのですが。
And Saber adds her own opinion.
ああ、そうですか。分かったよ。洋食にすればいいんだろ。くそ。さくらが洋食にしたからって調子づきやがって。お望み通り明日から朝はパンにするから、それで文句はないな。ならさっきの話は他言無用。 絶対に三つりにはバラすなよ。
I look away from the two with a humph and start eating. And then
なんでそんな無駄なことするのかな。
Fujine, who has watched our conversation with wonder, murmured.
なんだよ。無駄ってなんだよ、藤根。
だって遠坂さんが話さなくても私が三つさんに話しちゃうじゃん。こんな面白い話。
Fujine eats after nodding that it's a problem. Fuck. I have to come up with some countermeasure real soon or I'll really lose my position. Breakfast ends and it's now 7:30. It's rare, but Fujine is still at the house and suggests with a smile that we should go to school together. But I can't do that. The decision last night, as long as I said I would fight without relying on Saber, I can't be so easygoing. If I have to put any extra time into fighting, I don't have time for school. But at the same time, we do have 2 masters at school, so it's not like, you know, just skipping school is a good idea.
戸締まりはいい？シロ。
いや、戸締まりはいいよ。俺、今日学校休むから。
Yes, tell that to your teacher. I raise my hand in goodbye and see Tosaga and Fujine off. Fujine freezes for a few seconds and
ちょっと学校休むってどういうことよ？え？お？
It seems Tosaga said something Fujine wanted to say.
そうよシロ。学校休むってシロどこも悪くないでしょ？
いや、傷が痛んでるんだ。気温が下がると古傷って痛むだろ。そんな感じ。
それ嘘でしょシロ。
嘘だけど、それで勘弁してくれ、藤根。何も学校が嫌ってわけじゃないんだ。やることがあって、そっちのが今は重要なだけなんだ。だからさ、それで許してくれないか。
もうそんな言い方されたら私の負けじゃない。シローが事情を話さない時っていつもそうなんだもん。昔からそうだよね。
It seems Fujine understands, and even though she's complaining.
そういうわけだ。学校の方は遠坂に任せる。
そう。まあ、エミヤ君がいようがいなかろうが、こっちには支障はないし。
なあ、留守は任せてくれ。しばらくはバイトも休むから。
Except he's putting Tosaka into danger.
わかった。
I mean, to be fair, she is pretty strong, so.
怪我で学校を休むんだから、あんまり外に出ちゃダメよ。
それじゃあね。今回はいいけど、次からは事前に相談してよね。こういうことは。
さて、雑巾がけぐらいしとかないとな。
I already told Saber to come here in a little while. I was doing the minimum cleaning necessary, but it's been a few years since I last had a contest with someone. It'd be impolite to the dojo and Saber if I don't at least clean the floor.
しかしあれだな。剣の修行って言っても何をやらされるのやら。
I fought Kiritsugu a few times with Shinai, but neither of us considered form, and it was more like an amateurs beating each other up. Playing Star Wars, you know? I never intended to take Kendo seriously, and I was only taught what to do if an opponent had a long weapon.
そもそも道具を使って喧嘩するのは苦手だったな。作ったり直したりする方にしか関心がないんだから。
In that regard, this is the first time I will be seriously studying swordsmanship. It seems Saber's style is different from Kendo, but it should have some similarities, and it shouldn't be so confusing that I can't follow it. I hear the door. Saber must have arrived on time. That's good, as I just finished cleaning too.
待たせたな。今日からここで手ほどきをしてもらうわけだけど。
どうかしましたか、シロ。何か意外なものを見るような顔をしていますが。
いや、セイバーの服がそのままだったから驚いた。てっきりあっちの格好で来るのかと思ってたから。
We're training with swords, and my image of Saber fighting is in that armor, so I selfishly imagined that.
はあ、武装している方がいいというのでしたら着替えますが。そうですね。私がどうかしていました。たとえ試合とはいえ、鎧をまとわないのはシロに失礼です。申し訳ありません。すぐに着替えてきます。
いや、別にそういうわけじゃない。ただの思い違いだからいいんだ。 俺もどっちかっていうと鎧姿より今の方がいい。
Think with your actual head, you dumbass. If she's wearing the armor, she's gonna move differently. Or she would if she was a normal person.
ですが、この服装ではシロウの気が済まないのではないのですか？
気が済まないって確かに今から試合するぞって感じじゃないけど、セイバーが動きやすいって言うんなら問題ないだろう。
それはそうですが、この服装で剣を振るうのはおかしくはないでしょうか？
なんでさ、似合ってるんだからおかしくなんかないぞ。俺セイバーは鎧姿より今の方がいいと思う。
理解しかねます。この服装は確かに気軽なのですが、戦闘には耐えられないでしょう。
その格好で戦うなバカ。セイバーは女の子だろ。女の子にはそういう服のが似合うんだから、それでいいんだ。
Well, put the rag I was using into the bucket and take 2 shinai down from the
さ
wall.
て、それでどういった鍛錬をするんだ、セイバー。方針は全部セイバーに任せるから、無茶でも何でも言ってくれ。
I toss a shinai to Saber. Saber catches the shinai as if she's distracted and looks at me.
なんだよ、しないじゃダメか。まさか僕と。いや、真剣を使えってんじゃないだろうな。
What a Spartan. That's well beyond what I expected.
いえ、そのようなことはありません。せっかく優れた試合用の模造刀があるのですから、こちらを使うことにしましょう。
Saber takes a deep breath quietly, and she's back to her usual self.
よかった。さすがに木刀で試合をするのは嘘すぎる。
Hey man, who doesn't like to break some bones and get concussions for free?
で、本当に何をやればいいんだ？まず素振り500回とか走り込みとか、そういう体力作りからか。
その必要はないでしょう。私から見てもシロウの運動能力は水準に達しています。これ以上肉体面を鍛えるのであれば、それは1日や2日でできることではありません。シロウは魔術師としては未熟ですが、戦士としては悲観したものではないと思います。幼い頃からよほど懸命に鍛えてきたのですね。
まあそれぐらいしか取り柄がなかったからな。体を鍛えるのだけは魔術の才能がなくてもできたことだし。
それが幸いしたのでしょう。ランサーに襲われて死に至らなかったのはシロウのそういう努力の賜物ですから。ですが、それは武器になるほどのものではありません。人間には限界がある。シロウの体はその限界の域には程遠いし、突破することも難しいでしょう。ですから私が教えることはただ戦うことだけです。
戦うことだけってどういうことだ？今の口ぶりからして戦う方法を教えてくれるってわけじゃなさそうだけど。
当然です。一朝一夕で戦闘技術など身につくはずがないでしょう。私にできることはマスターに1回でも多く戦いを味わってもらうことだけです。そもそも人に物を教えることは苦手なのですから、私に指示されても困ります。
もしもし？
When she says that so proudly as a student, I don't know how to reply.
つまり要するにただ試合をするだけってことかな。
ええ、ただそれだけです。マスター、寸止めはなし。お互い相手を殺すつもりで打ち合いましょう。そうですね。
Holy shit.
1時間もすればどういうことなのか
Shirou will
理解
die
し
in
てもら
5
えると思い
seconds.
ます。
Yes, he's going to get destroyed. Saber lightly grips the shinai, ready to start. Still not understanding, I follow Saber's example and grab the shinai. As soon as I do... Damn, he's dead. The world turns
He's
upside
pushed
down. In short, Saber is only trying to teach me one thing. The truth, that no matter what I do, no matter what scheme I come up with, I cannot ever beat someone I have no chance against.
これ本当に折れてるって。
折れているのならもっとたくましい腕になっています。
Have to take advantage of that healing power Shirou has acquired.
そうか。よし。ならもう少し続けるか。
まだ続けるのですか、シロ。確かに内身ではありますが、すぐに動いていいものではありません。
容赦なく人の腕に打ち込んできて何言ってんだ。いいぜ。セイバーが乗り気じゃないんならそうすけ。
Opening. It doesn't work, of course.
He seriously
人の
thought
話を
that
聞い
would
てくだ
work.
さい。
Hilarious.
明らかにシロは疲労しています。
He just wanted
そん
to
な
try.
体では
Bruh.
せっかくの修練も無駄になるのですから、休憩を入れるべきです。
Imagine thinking you can sneak one on Saber.
いや、
Oh
でも
man.
こう明らかに手加減されてるのに打たれっぱなしっていうのは情けない。せめて人た
I
ち。
mean, if she went hard on you, you'd fucking die.
さなきゃ悔しくて。
What do you expect?
驚くというのでしたら、もう十分驚いています。強情だとは思っていましたが、まさかこれほどとは思っていなかった。
悪かったな。根本的に負けず嫌いなんだ俺。
ええ、それは嫌というほど思い知りましたので結構です。ともかく休憩にしますから、シローも市内を置いてください。床も汗で滑りやすくなっている。極限状態での模擬戦でもなし、疲労困憊して足場も不確か
なんでさ、普通戦闘訓練ってのは最悪の状態を想定してやるもんだろ。なら
それこそ無意味です。いいですか、シロー。あなたがサーバントと戦うというのでしたら、体力は万全、足場は完全、逃走経路は確保済みという状況以外での戦闘は無意味です。
She's 100% right.
あなたは全てが充実した状態でなければサーバントと戦いにさえならない。最悪の状態で戦うという時点であなたは選択を間違えているのです。
つまりこういう状態では間違っても戦うなってことか。
そういうことです。そうなってはどのような奇跡もシローを救いはしないでしょう。あなたの戦いはまず自身を万全にし、的確な状況を模索することから始まるのです。
納得。それじゃ申し訳ないけど休ませてくれ。
I lean against the wall and slide down. I let out the air collected in my lungs. It should be air, but it's burning hot. All my body is burning with pain. I glance at the clock. It's past 11. We started around 9, so it means we've been doing this for about 2 hours. The first hour was just me getting beat up. Saber's blows would suddenly strike me and I'd faint slightly. I'd wake up, and just when I thought I'd be careful next time, I'd be knocked out again. Anyways, I was beating up repeatedly. It may be because my body got used to it or my power came out from anger, but I can now manage to block the first blow. The problem was after that. Well, after being shown such a skill difference, can a human readily attack back? The answer is I get knocked out the instant I shrink back. After that, it is like a mouse cornered by a cat. If I am to be knocked out no matter what, how I block a blow, all I can do is get desperate and attack. But of course, it's easily deflected and I'm knocked out. When I got used to that as well... Oh, damn it. I start to gain the composure to think something like that, and the instincts that let me understand I'll be dead the next second become keener. People usually call this being in the zone. So then I frantically went to defense. The instincts that tell me I'll be knocked out if that blow hits come at me in numbers, so as a living being, it's only natural for me to avoid it. I would manage to elude Saber's barrage of attacks, but I would take a fatal blow while I'm waiting for an opening to counter. And I'd stand up and think I can manage longer this time. From time to time, I would attack, thinking it'd be best to attack if I'm doomed anyway, and then the 2 hours were just spent repeating that process over and over. I don't know if I can get any stronger doing this. I think this is just a match to help me get used to fighting, so that I won't panic or get too relaxed in front of my enemy. I'm just teaching my body that it is always one mistake away from dying. But still, if you ask me if this is meaningless, it isn't. As I have no weapons, I believe this tension is the thing I have to value the most.
お疲れ様でした。 どこか痛むところはありますか、シロ？
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, even if he's just getting beat up, he's at least building that instinct of valuing his own life, which he just doesn't have. So at least he isn't gonna embarrass himself and Saber again by doing some.
Just make some
bullshit.
progress.
Yeah, it's something. Before I realize it, Saber is right beside me. I'm so sweaty that I'm dripping onto the floor, but Saber is not even sweating a bit.
痛まないところのが珍しいぐらいだ。容赦なくやってくれたな、セイバー。こうまで一方的だと逆に清々しい。
I'll be honest here. 100% of this is me being a poor loser.
はい。シロに合わせて加減はしましたが、容赦はしないよう心がけました。手心を加えては戦いにはなりませんから。
そうだな。おかげで今なら首輪が外れたドーベルマンが走ってきても冷静に対処できる。ってドーベルマンぐらいじゃまだまだか。俺も全然修行が足りなかった。
I mean, at least now he can take on the dog that Kahalin killed when he was 12. I review my actions. I thought I trained my body to be above average, but it's pitiful for me to give up after only 2 hours of fighting with Saber.
いいえ、そのようなことはありません。シロの打ち込みは一心で力がありました。時にあまりの熱心さに対応を忘れたほどです。
She's admiring needless things with gentle eyes. My embarrassment suddenly returns. Until now, we were just people fighting without any notion of boy or girl, but isn't this kind of a surprise attack?
いや、ちょっと待った。水飲んでくれ、俺。
Finally, we're breaking through to Saber a bit.
それでしたら私が組んできますから、シロは休んでいてください。
Oh, that's good.
I mean, we're finally speaking a language she understands, right?
I think she started to respect a little bit Emiya, maybe?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, first of all, he's doing what she told him to do, which is a good thing. And even though he's getting beat up to shit, you know, he's trying really hard to succeed in this plan that they had together. And they're fighting, which is something she understands, right?
And she's proud of it.
Yeah. It's a good kind of a bridge that they're building here.
Okay.
Saber goes to get me some water.
Save it.
Just what am I saved from? Another 5 hours of getting beat to shit. I drink the water Saber has brought me. It must still be rest time as Saber is sitting in a polite Japanese style. I think Saber is really beautiful like that. I'm not thinking she's beautiful from a man's perspective, but I feel she's beautiful in everyone's eyes. She has melted into the
She is, I agree.
Bruh. She has melted into the dignified atmosphere of the dojo and has a quietness free from any conflict. There is an incongruity when such a girl is a servant and showing such willingness to fight. Right now, only Saber and I are here. This is a good time to ask her something, so we have options.
Okay.
We are finally going to know a little bit about Saber, which is great, and you guys get to choose. Remember, this is one of those relationship building ones.
Okay, I want to know about Saber. I want secret attack. A super move would be great.
Oh, I know what that
Holy
means.
shit. Shirou will get a noble phantasm.
Indeed.
It's super funny. I really. Oh.
Maybe. Oh. Servant. The option of that he wants to know about Saber before she became a servant, but didn't they said like he can't know who she was before?
She did tell him many times that she wasn't willing to tell her his name, to tell him her name.
So I don't think that's a good option. Maybe.
No, but like, I think
she can't tell him
he's
his name.
asking. he wants to know how Saber was like before she became a servant, like what she did, not exactly her identity, her name. Just
Okay, but he could figure it out. But okay. It's a Mia. I forgot it. Alright. One moment.
so we
Maybe
actually
the
just
second
have
option is
two
the best
options
one.
here.
I want to know about Saber before she becomes a servant. I think this is the best one.
Okay. Mapo
So-
Tofu, are you going with that?
So the first option is, I think it is the correct one for
I like
bonding
the
with
first
Saber.
option, but the second, I just like it a little more.
I mean, Shirou doesn't know why Saber seeks the Holy Grail. That would be new information.
He also
That's
doesn't know
true.
who she is, to be fair.
I'll go
But
with
I
the
think
first one.
before you know why she seeks it, I think it would be better to know about Saber before she becomes servant, because maybe why she seeks it she will not reveal. It's like it's something personal, maybe. Like I don't know.
It
Yeah,
does
but
demonstrate
we
his
are-
interest in knowing her.
me-
So,
Yeah,
We are getting personal here.
yeah.
It is a good opportunity. Or we can go with the third option. I think it's the
oh,
best
Okay.
one.
good attack.
You get Nobel Fantastic.
Saber's reaction is amazing.
Okay. I don't know, man.
Give me something, man. Do it. Choose it.
Choose it. Okay. Second option. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I know the first option is like more objective, but the second option, I don't know. My mind just say the second option.
Do we go ahead with that?
Can we like choose the third, but then reload, and then we make an actual choice?
You know what? Just for the sake of being fun, let's do the third
Okay.
one and then
Let's
do
do
the
this.
first one.
It's
Okay,
great.
let's do it.
It's not that I'm giving up on my training, but it just might be that I'll be more into the fight with Saber if I have some special move that allows me to do something just because I know it.
セイバー、相談があるんだが。
Oh my god, I feel pain.
なんでしょう
Holy shit, I don't want to see it.
心のしかとても期待に満ちた目を向けられている気がするのですが
そうかな。まあ頼み事って言えば頼み事だし、期待してるって言えば期待してて。
Did it with something special.
そのシローの言いたいことはよくわかりませんが私にできることでしたら伝授しますが
Saber must think it's a serious conversation as she adjusts herself and sits Japanese style in front of me.
それでどのようなことを知りたいのですやはりサーバントのことですか
Oh no. Saber looks at me seriously. I feel like I already know what'll happen. Well, let's not expect anything and just ask her.
別にふざけているわけじゃないんで怒らないで聞いてほしいんだが。
Oh Jesus.
え
Holy
え
shit,
ですから
that's
真剣
bad.
に聞いていますどうぞ遠慮せず尋ねてください
それじゃあお言葉に甘えて聞くぞ。俺でもサーバントを倒せるような簡単な必殺剣とかあったら教えてくれないか。
He just goes for it,
使え
man.
ばセイバーも倒せるようなのなら文句なしなんだけど。
An easy special that will let me beat a servant. Okay.
Including you. Saber stops breathing. Saber does not move even an eyebrow.
やっぱりそんな都合のいいものなんてないよな。悪かった。悪すぎた。今のは冗談で本気にあらず。聞かなかったことにしてもらえると個人的
Bad
に助かるんだ。
ending. Oh no. Saber-san is making an evil smile.
セイバー？気のせいかもしれないけど、なんかえらくお前に似合わない邪悪な笑みを知っているぞ。
気のせいではありません
Oh
今の
god.
私の心境はリンに匹敵するほど邪悪に染まっていますから
It is the end for Miyashiro. I feel a chill. I feel a chill.
He will die.
何を慌てているのですシロー 私はまだ質問に答えていません。
Oh my god.
確か私の聞き違いでなければサーバントを一撃で倒す必殺剣の消耗とか
I retreat, but Saber advances and doesn't let me escape.
いや、そのですね。セイバー、怒ってるだろ。
はい、とても。
Oh my god. I'm dead. If this were a real battle, she would have certainly killed me by now.
落ち着こう、セイバー。反省してる。セイバーが怒った理由だってなんとなく分かってます。
Oh, do you now?
そうですか。では、そこに正座してください。シローにはきちんと説明して差し上げると気が済みません。
Saber stands up. I quickly straighten my back and prepare myself. Saber takes a deep breath. Then,
ふざけているのですか、あなたは。そんな必殺剣など欲しがってどうするのです。
flashbang. My ear canals are panicking. I never thought I'd collapse just from an angry voice. That was beyond human abilities. Does she have a voice as powerful as a beast or a lion?
そうだから反省してるって。セイバー俺より強いだろ。もしかしたら素人でも使える剣の技とか。
そのような都合のいいものなどありません。意表をつく技など互角の相手に使うものであって、シロのような初心者は丁寧に下地を整えるべきなのです。そも相手を倒すなど考えないよう言ったではないですか。シロは身を守ることを第一に考えてください。シロにとって必殺剣があるとしたら、それは自分が戦わないで済む状況に戦局を導く判断力でしょう。
Man, we really pissed her off. This is the next level.
もうちょっと声落としてくれ。
I put my hands together to show that I'm sorry.
まったく見込みがあるかと思えば不安定なんですから。これでは危なっかしくてあなたを一人にするなどできないではないですか。
Saber's scolding continues. It was my fault for stepping on the lion's tail. I'll stay quiet and take Saber's scolding until she's satisfied. And now we're gonna go back and make an actual choice that isn't completely ridiculous.
Okay. That
was
the
canon.
bad.
That was canonical.
canon.
Yes.
Let's go with the first one. Okay. Let's
First
go with
one.
the first one. Okay.
Okay. A reason for fighting. I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail.
I don't think she will answer that, but okay, let's go.
Maybe
Why?
she will.
Why does she desire battle so much? I might be able to understand Saber's mindset if I can find out why she seeks the Holy Grail, the reward of the Holy Grail War. But is that really something I can ask her?
セイバー、一つ聞くんだけどいいかな。
はい。何でしょう、シロ。
その聞き忘れていたことなんだけど、セイバーが俺に力を貸してくれるのはセイバー自身も聖杯が欲しいからなんだろう。なら一体セイバーは聖杯に何を求めているんだ。
聖杯を求める理由ですか。ただ欲しいからではいけないのでしょうか。聖杯は万能の器です。手に入れれば叶わない願いはない。それを求めることに理由などありません。
違う、そういうことを聞いてるんじゃないんだ。セイバー、わざとごまかしているだろう。それ
シロ、それは
求める理由じゃない。その叶えたい願いっていうのが何なのか知りたいんだけど、セイバーが言いたくないんなら言わなくていい。自分の願いなんて人に聞かせられるものばかりじゃないからな。
Saber closes her mouth awkwardly. While it's only natural, Saber didn't form the contract to help me personally. Since the only ones who can obtain the Grail are the Masters, she is only helping me to take share in the reward. That is why she must be hesitating to tell her wish, and most of all, I myself don't want to hear Saber describing a selfish one. So I shouldn't have asked. After all, it's rude for a person without a clear wish to ask another person's wishes.
シロ、それはマスターとしての命令ですか。
Suddenly, Saber asks the question with a serious expression.
いや、違う。そういうつもりじゃない。ただ、セイバーのことが気になっただけなんだ。
いえ、確かにサーバントとしてマスターには己が望みを口にしておかねばなりません。 シロ、私が聖杯を求める理由はある責務を果たすためです。私は生前に果たせなかった責任を果たすため聖杯の力を欲している。
Directly. With honest eyes, she says so.
責任を果たす。生前ってサーバントになる前のか。
はい。ですが、私にも本当のところはわからない。私はただやり直しがしたいだけなのかもしれません。
Saber looks down quietly. For a moment, she looks like a repentant lost child.
そうか。ともかくそれで安心した。セイバーがさ、遠坂みたいに夢は世界征服よなんて言い出したらどうしようかって心配したぞ。
リンが聞いたら怒りますね。彼女はそういうことを口にする人間ではありません。彼女ならば聖杯を自分のためだけに使うでしょうが、それは決して世を混乱に陥れるものではないでしょう。
そうか。俺は違った意味であいつにだけは聖杯を渡しちゃいかんと思ってるな。
I nod to myself. Saber is watching me with a gentle expression. That's the end of the conversation. It was a subject I should have kept away from. The atmosphere is softened by talk of Tosaka, so let's end this conversation right here. Do you have any comments to make?
No, I think that was the right option. So I don't know. It was.
Rin
was
would probably ask for money.
Yes, she is very poor by the end of the war. But a small pain remains in my chest. Even though I'm relieved by Saber's wish as not being a vulgar one, I think there's something wrong with that wish of hers. It is.
We didn't have much formation. She just said, "I want to fulfill a dude." Okay.
But it is kind of sad because it's like
Yeah.
she wants to go back and fix something, right? As
Yeah,
opposed to
but-
just taking it in stride and moving forward.
Yeah.
It's kind of tragic in a way. Perhaps
In
it's
any
the
case, we got to know her.
They're not specific, if you can understand me. It's not
Yeah.
like yeah. It's just I just want to fix something from the past.
Yeah. Well, talking has cooled me down, so let's continue with the training. I'm skipping school, so I should acquaint my body with fighting as much as time allows.
セイバー、始めよう。休憩はもういいよ。
そうなのですか？見たところ体の熱は下がったようですが。
構わないよ、そんなの。ただの内身なんだから多少の痛みは我慢する。今の俺はほっとけば治るんだから。
しかしそれで悪化しては鍛錬の意味がない。もうしばらくは様子を見るべきだと思いますが。
いいからいいから。遠坂が帰ってくるまでにやっときたいんだ。はい。
わかりました。確かにいずれ敵となる凛にシロウの腕前を知られるのはよくありませんね。多少無茶とは思いますが、そういうことでしたらペースを上げていきましょう。
Saber picks up the shinai. And then, a strange sound echoes through the dojo.
セイバー
I think that was Saber's stomach.
空腹のようです。鍛錬に夢中で気がつきませんでした。
I love Saber.
Oh.
This is great.
そういえばもう昼か。
No wonder her stomach has started growling. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber's hungry, let's have lunch. It'll be good for if my body heals in that time as well.
いや、ちょうどいいし昼にしよう。ささっと材料買ってくるから。セイバーは今で休んでいてくれ。
Are we going to get new recipes for the Shirou
外出す
cookbook?
るなら私も付き添いますが。
大丈夫、すぐ近くの商店街だ。真っ昼間から襲いかかってくるやつはいないし、セイバーがいたら逆に目立つよ。
本当に危険はないのですね。
ないって。すぐに帰ってくるから待っててくれ。
What could possibly go wrong? One of the number one questions asked before dying.
That's true.
I take my wallet and go outside. It won't take even 10 minutes on a bicycle to get to the shopping district from here. By the way, the bicycle I just took from the garage is bicycle number 2. Number 1 is still in front of the Ryudo temple. That's littering, man. You're gonna get fined. You're gonna have to pay money to the government. I descend the hill. I don't think I've been taken to the I've been to the shopping district in the daytime on a weekday since I was running errands as a child. Because it's daytime, there are a lot of housewives in the intersection on their way home from shopping. They're coming from the shopping district that Sakura and I go to regularly. Oh, Japan. Japan and its housewives. I finished buying all the groceries, ingredients for lunch for 2, and a light Japanese snack. Dinner tonight is fine since Tosaka's in charge of that, but I buy enough bread for 4 people for tomorrow's breakfast. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I buy the cheapest. No, that'll probably get me some criticism, so I buy a rather expensive one. I complain as I put the groceries into the bicycle cart. And then, I feel something tugging at my clothes from behind. I turn around, wondering what it could be.
Oh,
There is a young girl with silver hair. I back off, knocking the bicycle over. I stand ready at once while the girl just smiles at me. I don't feel any murderous intent nor even enmity from that girl. In addition, the girl says, and she smiles happily. This girl is definitely Berserker's master, the master of the monster that slashed me in one blow that night. Who would expect to meet someone like this in a shopping district near their house, especially in daytime? Oh great, she's a murderer, but not a mass murderer. She frowns in displeasure. This is definitely the behavior of a young girl suitable for her age. I don't know her intentions. But even I can tell that the girl in front of me is harmless. Zevlen looks at me with suggestive eyes. My body unintentionally moves and lowers its waist down so it can move freely. Because she's Berserker's master. If she felt like it, she could probably blow me away along with the flower shop next to me.
That's not difficult.
You were saying?
I suggest that this is not difficult to Ilya kill Emiya.
No, yeah, it's very easy. She's much
But
better
I
than
can't
he is.
go into the spirit form.
She could do that with her bare hands.
That's true.
Well, I suppose that Berserker could, but he is very difficult to control and is a massive magical energy sink, so I don't think she can tell him to. The madness enhancement fucks him up real bad in these kinds of ways. So. Zevlen looks up at my face happily. I think it would be best if we cut off after this scene where they're talking, and then that's just going to be it for the day.
Okay.
Just to keep the momentum going. The girl clings to my arm as naturally as if she were holding her father's. That's a funny thing you just said, Shirou Emiya.
Holy shit.
Emiya Shirou.
Sorry, man.
Normal children talk friendly. Okay.
Yeah, normal children, you know.
Yeah, children.
それはそうなんだが、俺とお前は違うだろ。
That's true. Okay, sure.
マスター
Okay.
同士だし、一度戦った仲じゃないか。むしろ敵だ、敵。
それは違うよ。私に敵なんてい
I
な
don't
い
have
の。
any enemies.
他のマスターはただの害虫。けど、いい子にしてたらシローは見逃してあげてもいいよ。
Enemies to siblings.
She's saying terrible things so casually as well.
ああ、もうとにかく離れろ。お前めちゃくちゃだぞ。何か。
I swing my hand and throw Ilia's veil off. She topples. As I try to make her let go, the girl almost falls to the ground. Why the hell did I do something like that right then? When I noticed, I instantly reached out for Ilia's veil. Geez, this is too long. For Ilia's waist, and caught her as she fell. I silently lower Ilia to the ground. Ilia is silent. I don't know what to say either, so I stand still looking down at her. This is awkward. This is awkward, so the instant I try to leave to go home...
何？お兄ちゃん、私のこと嫌いなの？
Of course not. You tried to kill him.
That night. She says this with the same glowing red eyes she had when Berserker was with her. A chill runs down my spine. Her gestures up to now were so childlike that my sense of danger had faded, but she's definitely Berserker's master. I'll die if I disobey her. I can't show my face to Saber if I die in vain here, and most of all, I'll involve all the people here in the shopping district. Yes, I can bet on it. This girl would mercilessly use her power as a master no matter where she is.
わかった。話をすればいいんだろう。おとなしくするから。それでいいか、イリア。
それじゃあ、あっちの公園に行こう。さっき見てきたんだけどね。ちょうど誰もいなかったんだ。
Ilia starts to run with dancing steps.
ほら、早く早く。急がないと置いていっちゃうからね、シロー。
Ilia runs through the shopping district, spinning in circles.
あいつ、本当に先行っちまったぞ。
Beyond amazement, I am a bit moved. For this girl Ilia, any promise is an absolute truth. That's why she ran off so happily. She doesn't think I'll run away, thinking it's a chance to do so when I'm alone. I told her I'll talk to her, so she ran off trusting me to do so. She's really unbalanced. That's putting it lightly. But well, I'm not yet grown up enough to betray such a pure trust. And so Shirou commits the terrible mistake of talking to his enemies again. Ilia and I are alone in the small park, a little away from the shopping district. Maybe all the children are at school, or maybe such a small park isn't popular anymore. We start to talk in the empty winter park, bathed in a strangely tense atmosphere.
話をしようって、何話せって言うんだ。セイバーのこととか知りたいのか。
セイバーのことってどうして？
だって俺たちマスターだろ。敵のサーバントの情報は知りたいと思うだろう。
何よ、そんな話は嫌よ。もっと面白い話じゃないとつまんない。
いや、つまんないって言われてもな。ならイリアは何が面白いって言うんだよ。
そんなのわかんないよ。私あんまり人と話したことってないんだ。だから何話していいかわかんない。お前な、
そんなんで話をしようだなんて連れ出したのか。物事はよく考えてから行動しろって教わらなかったか？なかっただろう。なら今からちゃんと思慮深い大人になるんだぞ。
A thoughtful adult, okay.
いいよだ。そういうのはシローに任せるわ。レディーをエスコートするのは男の人の責任なんでしょ。なら私はシローについてけばいいだけだもん。
She smiles and leans on my shoulder. She's not just being overfamiliar, but it's as natural as a small animal snuggling because it's cold. Wait a second, looking closely at her, she does look actually cold.
いや、もしかして寒いのか？
寒い。 私寒いの苦手なの。
She breathes out a white puff. Even though she said she doesn't like it, she looks at her breast happily.
そうか。いつもはそうでもないんだけど、今日は妙に寒いからな。寒いのが苦手なら答えるだろうけど、そのイリアはどっから来たんだ？なんか随分と貴族っぽい名前だけど。
貴族っぽいんじゃなくて貴族だよ。私はアインツベルンのね。いっつも寒くて雪が降ってたんだ。
寒い国に生まれたのか。なら寒さには慣れてるもんじゃないのか。
慣れてるけど寒いのは嫌なの。私冷たいのよりあったかい方が好きだもん。白だってあったかい方がいいんじゃない？
ああ、そりゃそうだ。冷たいよりは暖かい方がいい。
だよね。うん。だから寒い日は部屋の中で温まってるの。でも雪は好きよ。白くて私の髪と同じだって父様が言ってたから。
It hurts really bad. I clap my hands together. She's right now that she's mentioned it. I was trying to work out what I associated with Ilia. There was such a thing as a snow fairy, wouldn't it look like her?
うまいこと言うな、イリアの親父さんは。確かにイリアの髪は雪みたいだ。
でしょ？この髪はね、イリアの自慢なんだから。私の中で唯一女の子らしい母様譲りの髪なんだ。
Ilia laughs happily. Seeing such gestures really numbs me. I couldn't have believed she was really Berserker's master if I hadn't seen it.
ねえ、シロは？シロはお父さんから譲ってもらったものってあるの？あ、魔術刻印っていうのはなしよ。マスターとしてじゃなくて、お父さんとして譲ってもらったものだよ。
Pain and regret.
Yes.
最後にもらったのは家かな。
Incredible sadness and a bunch of nightmares as well.
その前は名字。
Desire.
で、最初にもらったの
You
は。
got the desire to become a hero.
That's true. He got a life mission.
Yeah.
It's not very healthy, but you know.
Yeah.
A stolen purpose.
My life when I was about to die. Because I was the only one saved by Kiritsugu in that fire 10 years ago.
そうだな。イリアみたいな両親から受け継いだ肉体的な特徴はないよ。けど、それに負けないぐらい多くのものをもらってきたと思う。
Ilia's delighted as if it concerned her. That's weird. I bet no one could stay unhappy if they were smiled at like this. Isn't it funny that she mentioned Kiritsugu in that bad ending? I wonder what that's about.
刻印を受け取らなかったんだ。おかしいな。じゃあ、シロはマスターじゃないの？
いや、魔術刻印のない半人前の魔術師だけど、マスターだぞ。そういうイリアは、マスターなんだから、魔術師なんだよな。
え？私、魔術師なんかじゃなくて、マスターだよ。普通の魔術なんて教わらなかったもの。
Normal magic.
はあ？じゃあ親から魔術刻印を受け取らなかったのか。お城を持ってるぐらいの名門なんだろ。
そうだけど、魔術刻印ってマスターになるためのものじゃないの？だからマスターだよ、私。
Ilia tilts her head in confusion. I too tilt my head in confusion. It seems like Ilia's words are slightly off and we're not having a real conversation.
なあ、イリア。一つ聞くけど、イリアはどこに住んでるんだ？どうも、聖杯戦争のためだけにこの町に来たみたいだけど。
No, first of all, it'll be terrible if she doesn't have a guardian. It's unheard of to let a child like this come to Japan by herself.
ホテル？それって別荘のこと？
なあ、似たようなもんだ。家じゃないけど、泊まれるところ。
それならあるよ。ほら、あっちに大きな森があるよね。そこの奥におじい様のおじい様が建てた洋館があるの。アインツベルンのマスターはね、聖杯戦争の時はそこに住むんだって。
Ah, so the Einsberns were present Probably since the beginning of the Grail War, right? Because, you know, his grandfather's grandfather is a long way back. Almost, you could say. If the first war happened 200 years ago, maybe that was right about the first or the second time around, right?
Maybe.
Ilya is pointing to the west. Certainly, there's a deep, undeveloped mountain forest in that direction.
この森って車で1時間もかかるだろう。そこから一人で来てるのか、イリアは。
今日は抜け出してきたの。セラもリーゼリットもメイドのくせにうるさいんだもん。せっかく日本に来たんだから、その間ぐらいは外に出てもいいと思うの。欲しいものは何だって手に入ったけど、いつも部屋に閉じこもってたんだから、これくらいはご褒美なの。
部屋に閉じこもってたって、イリアがか。
雪が降るとね、体に悪いから外に出してもらえなかったの。だから大抵は部屋の中で
Bad
遊
for
んで
her
たんだ。
body. That's a weird way to put it.
でも大丈夫だよ。こっちはお城ほど寒くないから一人でも平気だもん。
Ilya says so with a full smile. She swings her legs and it seems she's having fun just doing so. Without knowing why, I put my hand into the grocery bag. I take out the dorayaki I was supposed to eat with Saber, and again, without knowing why, I hand it to Ilya. That's the
食
sweet.
べるか。安物だけど。
That's right? Nope. Maybe not.
何それ？食べ物？
そうだよ。甘いのは好きじゃないけど、これだけは別だ。うちは親子ともどもお茶受けはこいつなんだ。
Always had, Shirou.
くれるの？
やる。一人で食ってもうまくないから。
I hand her the dorayaki. Ilya hesitates and then takes the Japanese snack that I'm sure she's never seen before.
ありがとう。
She eats it happily. Her gestures are so enthusiastic that the expression stuffing her cheeks fits perfectly. I eat my dorayaki as well and endure the shock that attacked the back of my head. Jeez. I was thinking it might be nice to have a smaller sister like this.
けど。
I think Ilya's too innocent. This girl might really be a child who doesn't know the difference between good and evil. I can barely imagine how a child born in a family of magi is raised. But still, I can tell that the environment Ilya was raised in wasn't normal. Yeah, no fucking shit. She got locked in her house for days or months or whatever. And now she's around killing people.
Special. Maybe she is special. She has great magical powers. Maybe she has a special body. I don't know.
Hey, but at least it looks like she has a very nice father.
Isn't that right? She does seem to esteem her father a lot. Tolsaka's like that, but she's a magus by nature from the core. She has accepted the Holy Grail War and the killings between masters as murder. And maybe this girl became a master without knowing what it means to kill someone. I've only talked a bit with her, but I don't think Ilya is a girl that would want to kill others. Ha ha, bad ending flashbacks.
Okay.
So,
真面目な話なんだが。
Then, Ilya suddenly raises her head as if called by someone.
イリア、どうした？
もう帰らないと。バーサーカーが起きちゃった。
Holy shit.
She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without saying goodbye and disappears in the blink of an eye. And on that cliffhanger, we are going to finish. Do we have any comments on what happened today?
I thought that this whole conversation with Ilya was really strange because she tried to kill him. I remember the time that she killed him
In the bad ending.
with Osaka, yeah, and now they are friends.
It is strange, isn't it?
The way that she's behaving to Shirou specifically. If you add it up with what she said in the bad ending about Kiritsugu.
She says she didn't want to kill him, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird what's going on. But at least, you know, we managed to get a little closer to Saber, which is definitely a success after all the ridiculous, terrible disagreements that we've been having.
special movement
Yeah.
that can that can that can defeat the servant with one blow.
Yep. And now we at least know a little bit. We're introduced to this new master. So
I
that's
know
something.
someone who has this movement.
Oh,
Taiga.
Taiga, yes. She
Taiga.
has the special. Shiro's mistake is that he was asking the wrong person.
That's true. That's true.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, and I think it's kind of sad that Sakura hasn't appeared in this episode.
Yeah, I think she's going to be away for a while.
Yeah.
Which, at the end of the
That's
day,
sad.
it is going to be better for her because her chance
I
of
don't
dying
think so
is
because she is
reduced.
with Shinzo now. So,
Well, that's true, but Shinji isn't going to kill her with Ryder or anything, so...
but that's Shinji.
Yep, that's true. Though I suppose suffering is better than death. That's a weird philosophical one. So
Maybe not.
I believe we come back to this tomorrow. Maybe we can afford to do a longer one. We'll see. And and then we'll see what happens when Shirou comes back and eats some food with Saber. Very exciting premise.
Holy shit.
Thanks everybody.
You got some special movements.
The special move, yes, finally. We're gonna know. So I'm gonna cut it off.